Published scientific research fuels the breakthroughs that shape our world. But what happens when that research is fake?
Well, researchers at Northwestern University sat down with CBS News Chicago investigator Megan DeMar to talk about the growing number of junk publications and who's profiting.
These people are ruining it for all of us.
Northwestern researchers Luis Amaral and Reese Richardson said they've always known there were fake scientific studies floating around.
So here we have 4 different papers on 4 different subjects.
But it wasn't until they started studying it with the help of several helpful sleuths that they discovered the problem was much bigger than anyone thought.
This image is the same as these images, is the same as these ones, is the same as this one.
Yes, these are 4 different research papers on 4 different types of cells, but they all borrowed the same set of images.
We did this analysis and we found out something that was extraordinarily scary. Essentially, the number of fraudulent papers is doubling every year and a half.
That's according to their study on the problem published earlier this month. In a nutshell, the publication of fraudulent science is outpacing the publication of legitimate science.
Everywhere we looked, we were seeing indications that there was systematic fraud being produced.
But why would anyone spend the time publishing fake research? Amaral and Richardson said there are 2 main reasons. The first is buying a reputation.
They do this out in the open. It is not hard to find paper mill advertisements at all.
They showed us hundreds of advertisements for these kinds of posts online, asking for anywhere from $100 a publication to $3,000 in exchange for authorship. The second reason for the fakes is to push for a certain point of view. For example, backing a dietary supplement for financial gain.
So there are lots of people with a point of view, and it has become very easy for them to make it appear like there are hundreds of experts, thousands of publications that are very highly cited about all of these.
This figure right here.
Amaral and Richardson said they're raising the red flag about these fakes now, at a time when the future of federal funding for some legitimate science is uncertain.
There is only greater competition and a more scarce pool of resources for scientists to use and do genuine science.
What actually if there is an entire stream of research that is actually making false claims?
Yeah, what do you trust?
Exactly, it puts all of our health at risk.
The authors argue that their findings should serve as a wake-up call to the entire scientific community, which needs to act before we all lose confidence in the entire scientific process. Reporting in Evanston, Megan DeMar, CBS News Chicago Investigators.
A Chicago pastor announced he's running for state representative to replace LaShawn Ford. Pastor John Harrell launched his campaign for the 8th Illinois House District. Community activists and pastors on the city's south and west sides were there for his announcement today. The current representative Ford is now running to replace retiring Congressman Danny Davis.
Normally it's the athletes who sign the autographs, but today these Sox sluggers got autographs from a bunch of children, and these are no ordinary kids.